Dear viewers, welcome to another episode of Games of Nations. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our content on international geopolitics. Breaking news. Confidential sources indicate that a U.S. military operation may have captured Nicolás Maduro in a secret underground bunker located beneath Caracas. Information not yet officially confirmed suggests that the Venezuelan dictator is under the custody of American Special Forces after a surprise invasion of the fortified complex. If confirmed, this would be the most significant geopolitical event in Latin America in decades. The operation is said to have been launched in the early hours of the morning after months of meticulous planning by U.S. intelligence. NSA ground-penetrating radar satellites identified a massive bunker 40 meters below the Miraflores Palace. The complex extends over 3 square kilometers, with tunnels connecting multiple emergency exits throughout Caracas. According to anonymous military sources, the Special Operations Team infiltrated the bunker through an unmonitored underground entrance identified by an informant embedded within Maduro's security. The element of surprise was crucial. Guards were neutralized before they could raise the alarm. Maduro was reportedly in the lower levels with no possibility of escape when U.S. forces took control of the complex. Unconfirmed reports indicate that resistance was minimal. Maduro's personal security surrendered quickly once they realized all escape routes were blocked. The dictator was allegedly found in a luxurious private apartment attempting to destroy incriminating documents. The entire operation lasted less than 2 hours from entry to extraction. What makes the arrest even more dramatic are the discoveries made inside the bunker during the operation. U.S. forces reportedly found a fortified chamber containing 73 tons of gold bars valued at $4.5 billion. The gold had been stolen from Venezuela's national reserves over the years. While the population starved, Maduro accumulated obscene wealth literally beneath his feet. An adjacent room contained $340 million in cash, stacks of $100 bills piled from floor to ceiling. The money is believed to be proceeds from drug trafficking, extortion, and systemic corruption. Maduro had turned the bunker into his personal vault, hoarding wealth stolen from the Venezuelan people. Photographic evidence was documented by the intelligence team. The most disturbing discovery was a secret prison in the deepest level of the bunker. Underground cells held political prisoners who had disappeared officially. The American rescue team freed 47 individuals who had been held in inhumane conditions, without trial, family contact, or official detention records. Some had been imprisoned for years in tiny cells with no natural light. Among those freed were journalists critical of the regime, student leaders, military officers accused of conspiracy, and relatives of defectors held as hostages. Conditions amounted to systematic psychological torture. The prisoners were immediately evacuated for medical treatment and debriefing. Their testimonies confirm the unimaginable brutality of the regime. The bunker's life support systems revealed Maduro's preparation for prolonged resistance. Small nuclear generators provided unlimited power. Reservoirs stored years' worth of water. Stockpiles contained non-perishable food sufficient for dozens of people to survive indefinitely. Maduro had built a fortress where he could live in luxury while the nation starved. Maduro's private apartments on the second level were decorated with obscene opulence, imported European furniture, artwork stolen from Venezuelan museums, rare wines worth millions, and even a private cinema. The contrast between the bunker's luxury and the people's misery is revolting. Everything was catalogued as evidence. The bunker's military command center had direct communications with all Venezuelan military bases, surveillance systems monitoring the entire country, and the capability to launch cyber attacks. From within the bunker, Maduro commanded the armed forces completely isolated from the outside world. It was a command fortress designed for a prolonged war. Documents seized from the bunker's vault include bank records of offshore accounts, lists of military officials receiving bribes, fraudulent contracts with Russian and Chinese companies, and evidence of agreements with drug cartels. The material is enough to support criminal charges against hundreds of regime members. It is a complete map of Chavista corruption. Even more damning are video recordings from the bunker's own security system showing Maduro counting stolen money, meeting with known drug traffickers. Direct visual evidence of the dictator's crimes was copied in full before extraction. If the arrest is confirmed, Maduro would be transported to U.S. territory to face multiple criminal charges. The U.S. Department of Justice has outstanding indictments against him for drug trafficking, corruption, and terrorism. A $15 million reward had been offered for information leading to his capture. His trial would be held in a U.S. federal court. The Venezuelan government has not yet issued any official statement regarding Maduro's whereabouts. The regime's total silence is fueling speculation that the arrest did indeed occur. Normally, Maduro appears daily on state television. A prolonged absence would serve as implicit confirmation of his capture. Venezuelan military officials are reportedly holding emergency meetings to decide the next steps. The Venezuelan opposition is mobilizing citizens for mass demonstrations demanding an immediate democratic transition. If Maduro has been captured, the resulting power vacuum creates a historic opportunity for the restoration of democracy. Opposition leaders are calling on the military to abandon the regime and support a transitional government. The next 48 hours will be decisive for Venezuela's future. U.S. military officials have neither confirmed nor denied the operation, maintaining standard operational silence for classified missions. However, unusual movement of U.S. military aircraft over the Caribbean in the past 24 hours has been detected by independent observers, showing flight patterns consistent with a high-value target extraction. The Venezuelan population is in a state of shock, awaiting official confirmation. Rumors of Maduro's arrest have spread rapidly across social media, creating explosive anticipation. People are already taking to the streets in early celebration, despite the lack of confirmation. The atmosphere is one of cautious hope, mixed with fear of military repression. If the arrest is confirmed in the coming hours, it represents a decisive victory for the U.S. strategy of maximum pressure against the Venezuelan regime. Years of sanctions, diplomatic isolation, and intelligence operations would have culminated in the surgical removal of the dictator. The message to other authoritarian regimes in the region is clear. There is no safe hiding place for crimes against humanity. What is absolutely clear is that if Maduro has been captured, the bunker he built for protection became his final prison. The underground fortress meant to ensure survival turned into a trap from which he could not escape. The irony is that the absolute security he sought created absolute vulnerability once the Americans discovered the exact location. In the next few hours, the world awaits official confirmation. If Maduro is indeed in U.S. custody, this is a historic moment for Venezuela and all of Latin America. The end of the Chavista dictatorship opens the possibility of national reconstruction, the return of millions of refugees, and the restoration of democracy, but also uncertainty over immediate stability and potential violence during the transition. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, hit the button now and turn on the bell, because we'll bring immediate updates as soon as official confirmation is released. Leave a comment telling us what you think will happen to Venezuela if the arrest is confirmed. Thank you for watching this urgent episode of Games of Nations.